let's go now to Dr. Jarrod Spencer, a sports psychologist. He joins us from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Doctor, your take on what you saw, what happened today, and then what you heard.
Well, it's wise. I mean, clearly, she's able to perform skills that nobody else in the world can do. And if there's a little ounce of hesitancy in the mind, that could significantly impact the body, and she could have a catastrophic injury. And so when she's twisting and spinning and flipping at those speeds, she has got to be 100% confident. And if she feels right now that mentally she's not as sharp as she needs to be, then it really becomes a wise decision to say, let me step back, work on my mindfulness, get my head in the best place I possibly can, and come back out and perform then.
I'm not sure we have ever had this kind of conversation. No, let me rephrase that. I'm not sure this kind of conversation about athletes has ever been normal before. I feel this is all very new. It's been normal to say, well, the athlete has a quad injury or the athlete has a lingering injury, so it's normal for the athlete to perhaps not compete in this particular event. I don't think it's ever been normal before right now, this moment in history, to say, well, if they're not right mentally, they shouldn't do it.
Well, you're absolutely right. And the reason is because of the pandemic. I mean, we've all now know coming through this pandemic that it's okay not to be okay. And every one of us is struggling with some anxiety, stress, and depression. And with Naomi Osaka's situation just a few months ago when she withdrew from the French Open, what we knew then is that the world rallied around her and the stigma for mental health began to fall. So what we are seeing are athletes now saying, hey, it's okay if I'm not okay. And if I have an invisible injury, right? And oftentimes mental health is an invisible injury, that's
Mm.
okay too. And I could treat that. I could work with a sports psychologist on that. I could make the necessary adjustments so that I can come back and be at my best. And I guess now we're at a place now where we all know it's okay not to be okay.
I want to read you her Instagram post from the day before the competition. And in retrospect, it does read like a warning. She said, I truly do feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders at times. I know I brush it off and make it seem like pressure doesn't affect me, but damn, sometimes it's hard. Ha ha. I mean, should we have seen this coming?
Yes, because she's normal. And this is
No,
something
but
that,
wait, but hold on, doctor.
yeah,
She's not totally normal. She's the most decorated gymnast of all times. She has achieved legendary status in her sport. She's not normal. I'm not saying that she's not allowed to experience what she's experiencing, but she's not normal. And I mean this in a nice way.
yes, in a very complimentary way. Like, I don't know her, I've never met her, never worked with her, but yeah, right, she is exceptional. But when I say that word, she's normal, what I am saying is that too often in life, we look at athletes in particular, and because they have this amazing physicality and these very unique skills, we often assume that mentally they're equally as developed. And the reality is that may not be the case. Or even if they
Mm.
were really developed, I mean, who's really mentally prepared for the pressure cooker of the biggest stages like we're seeing now in Olympics during a pandemic? And what we know is that underneath it all, these are often like 15 to 25, 30-year-old athletes. And
Mm.
emotionally, they can struggle too, just like the rest of us. And we can't judge a book by the cover. So if we do that, we might say, oh, they must be all tough. Well, sometimes real mental toughness is saying, I'm not okay. And that's okay.
So what would you say then to these two groups of people? One, athletes who are or people who are preparing to become athletes, and number two, viewers and fans who judge this and who drive the narrative around the athletes.
Well, I'd say hold up a mirror to yourself first before we go and judge her and pass words on her about why she should or shouldn't do this and what the ramifications are. And look at ourselves and say, how are we doing? And could we perform in that kind of pressure cooker? Very few human beings could ever do that. And so I think it's important for us to all look at ourselves, look at our families, look around us and say, you know what? Maybe this is a time for that mental health stigma to fall within me and around me and with the people around me because if she's struggling, it's okay for the rest of people to be struggling, and maybe someone in your family or on your team is struggling as well, and maybe it's time to go support them.
Dr. Jarrod Spencer, thank you very much for your time today. Pleasure talking to you.
My pleasure. Thank you.